How's it? Today is Sunday, November 3rd. I'm almost back. Like, really, I'm almost back. My back doesn't hurt nearly as much as it used to when I wake up in the morning. I can move around pretty well. I am almost back to squatting normally, and I am very excited for everything moving forward. Today is a snatch day. Typically, this snatch day occurs on Monday, but I'm actually going back to California tomorrow, Monday. And so today was my last opportunity to get a lift in with my brother. And that's literally how we spend most of our time together. And I don't know when the next time I'm going to be home. So I wanted to take this opportunity to do that with him. It's been a long, long time since I actually got to train with him on a regular basis. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get to again in the future, but I cherish a lot of the time that I have with him. But yeah, today was a snatch day, and I basically increased a little bit on certain things that I did last week. So snatch, push, press plus overhead squat. If I recall correctly, I did about 90 for three plus ones on that, and so I went up to 95-ish. 95 is about 211 pounds. So the closest I could do to that is 210, and things felt pretty good. After that, I actually moved into full range of motion snatches from the ground straight overhead into the full overhead squat. And they felt pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm almost back. That's why I said what I said. I did 75 last week for my complex. And today with the straight snatches, I did 3 triples at 80 or 80-ish. 80 is 176 pounds, and so the closest I could load to that is 175. And I feel like I'm getting there, and I'm very, very excited. Maybe I'll do some pulls later this week, and certainly I will try to back squat some amount later this week. But here's my top set of my snatch push presses. This felt a little bit heavy unracking, but like I'm still able to push through them, and it is not impossible for me to get the weight moving. But yeah, after this I moved into my snatches, and for the first time in about a month I was really able to kind of think about the technique that I was executing on and putting out, and I feel like I am getting better at not only like moving with less pain. That could be a function of me doing a little bit more directed warm-ups at the beginning, or a little bit more just rehab corrective work in totality, or it could be that my hips are getting a little bit stronger in those positions. There's a lot of things that could be going correctly for me to be feeling like this, but it feel like I'm giving myself that space where I can move pretty well with no pain, and then think about my technique in addition to that. And so one thing I was thinking about today was, it's a very simple thing that doesn't really change the way my lower body moves, and that's basically kind of curling the bar in with my wrists. So I've said it many, many, many times in the past, but it's one of those things that is like a final like bell and whistle on your technique, that if you can lift with your wrists kind of cocked down, then a lot of the movement that you experience for the rest of the range of motion is more efficient, just because you are pulling the bar a little bit closer to you without necessarily having to move any big muscles, if that makes sense. So like you curling your wrist down is a lot easier than you changing your back angle. It's a lot easier than you squeezing your lats to pull the bar in. Here's my first set at 175. It also gives you a little bit of extra space to rotate your elbows around all the way through, and that is, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're unable to rotate your elbows through, then you're not going to be able to make the lift. So if you give yourself the extra space to be able to do it better, then in my opinion, that's better. Here's my first set. I don't think I really figured it out until probably maybe halfway through the second set, and definitely on the third set. That's like solely what I was thinking about. Um, yeah, yeah. Like these are. I feel pretty fortunate to be moving again. It's not a lot of weight, but it is something that I'm indicating that I'm almost back to a starting level of a training block, and that is like honestly that's pretty big for me. Ooh, my voice just cracked a lot. That's honestly pretty big for me because that a lot of the issues that I was dealing with was a little bit of confidence, like mentally, like looking at how I'm lifting and how I'm moving. It doesn't feel like I am the same lifter that I like realistically am, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think kind of thinking about it in the lens of my clean and jerks on Friday, that I just felt like I was just super weak, and 225 is not a very heavy weight overall. It just felt like I was just super super weak. So me being able to move like this here is, I don't know, it's helping me feel like I'm getting back to that again, starting position, starting I guess circumstances from a beginning of a training block. I don't even know if I'm making any sense, and I don't know if like I'm rambling too much. This video is kind of long, so I'm just trying to fill the dead space. After my snatches, I did some pull-ups with some hanging leg raises. I probably should have did a little bit more sets for the hanging leg raise, but the way that I had set it up was really strange, so I just did the one set. But yeah, I think this is a very, very happy place for me to be, and it's such a great way to end the trip home, for at least for my training. Later this evening, there's gonna be a bunch of people in my house. My couple of my best friends, some family members. We're just gonna hang out. Some people I haven't seen in a very very long time, and we're just gonna cruise, eat, play some music, drink some beer, just enjoy each other's company. Um, I know I'm gonna be sad when I go home, or I don't want to even say home anymore. I know I'm gonna be sad when I go back to California tomorrow. I feel it a little bit already. I feel like this all the time. Like whenever I go back to California, it's just like it's not home, and I'm gonna make a home here in California in the future. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound too somber or sad at the end of this. I'm super thankful that I decided to go home and that it turned out super well. I'm gonna miss my niece a lot. So, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.